I'm going to make a bouncing rubber hamburger in 3D.
I think it's interesting to look at all the work that goes into creating something as simple as a burger dropping onto a plate. We've got a very simple scene here. I set up a little table with a cyc, and for my environment, I just pulled an HDRI that just has an actual studio setup because I wanted to have studio lighting for this anyway, so this was perfect. So this is a soft body simulation, and I haven't really done one of those before, so what I've got set up here is a low poly cube that is actually going to run the simulation first, so it can actually calculate without having as much resolution as the actual burger. And then what we're going to do is we're going to transfer the actual deformation from the low poly cube over to the actual hamburger. It ended up going pretty quick once I figured out the settings I liked for the simulation on the bounce. So after that, I didn't really do any compositing. I went into color right after that. So here's what it looks like without any of the color on it. This is just a straight render. So it's not bad, but I just tweaked it a little bit. So I set up some simple contrast and saturation for this one. And then the next node, I added a little bit of a lens distortion. I like adding a little bit of frame distortion that would have come from the lens as if it was shot it. Kind of brings it out of the 3D a little bit. And then halogen's one of my favorite things to add. It adds a little something to the image that I think helps take it away from being so perfect coming out of 3D. And then I did a prism blur, which mostly affects like the outside of the frame. And then I added a vignette after that to really pull focus towards the center. And then the last thing to do is always throw film grain on it. It's a subtle touch, but I think that 3D renders need a lot of dirtying up because they come out so perfect. Well, that's it for this video. I hope it was a cool little insight into what it takes to make some of this stuff in 3D.